morning, everyone. Welcome. My name is Menachem Creditor. It's my honor to serve as scholar in residence and rabbi for UJA Federation of New York. We bring you Torah and music, blessing and community every weekday. We've been doing so since March 18th, 2020. Today it is Friday, February 14th, 2024. It is broadcast 1241. It is day 497 of war. And we have come together every single day for almost 5 years to learn Torah together, to enjoy each other's company and presence, to strengthen each other, to make sure that we show up in the way that we each need. It's beautiful to do this. And so Pete and Adele, Janice, Susie, Patricia, good to see you, Deborah and Tara, Peter and Carl, Roberto, good morning, Arlene, Jack and Linda, it's good to see all of you. I hope that you and yours are safe and well. Today is many things, including Erev Shabbat. And so let's make sure that we take a breath and we get ready for Shabbat together. Let's see who else is here. Kim, good to see you. Yes, we'll talk about that. Debbie and Amy, Ron and Sunday, Cheryl and Arlene. I think I missed a bunch of people. My apologies. Rosa and Judy, Jonathan, good to see you. Hi, Janice. Hi, Shush. Okay. Hi, Jerry. Natalie and Janetta. Janetta, I think I saw you on both screens. That was very impressive. Rebecca. Hope one day we can make music again soon. All right. Let's take a breath, sing a blessing, learn some Torah. Good morning, everyone. I think, Patricia, it's your birthday, if I understood that correctly. Happy birthday. If not, happy early or late birthday. So good to share with you. Today is also, friends, the 7-year anniversary of the Parkland shooting. And I want to make sure that we bring all of the things that we remember, all of our commitments, into the space. It is broadcast 1241. It is day 497 of war. It is one day, please God, before we hold Sasha Trufanov, Sagi Dekelchen, and Yair Horn, 3 hostages who have been held in terrible conditions by the terrorists who stole them from their homes and murdered their neighbors. And so we know, I know, that this is just too much. Every time, it's just too much. And it is also the case that that's what it is. And so I want to make sure that we learn from the Parsha and we look at our world and we take it all in. It's also Valentine's Day. It's never been a thing for me. I like love. Love is great. I wish love to everybody. But why not? Why not bring it in? If it brings you joy and a little bit of chocolate, it's a good thing. So, before we look at the Parsha, I'm going to ask you to pray for the safety, and the peaceful transfer back over into their families' arms of Sasha Trufanov, Sagi Dekelchen, and Yair Horn. Pray for the family members who have already received their beloved's home and have begun excruciating but important and blessed healing. And think especially about those family members for whom the names of the released hostages don't include their loved ones. And it is hard. It is hard. It's true. Please hold on to the 17 victims in Parkland, Florida, of the American gun violence epidemic. And hold on to Lev. Hold on to Debbie's 16th anniversary of her bat mitzvah. Hold on to it all. We can do this, friends. It's an insurmountable thing, except we know that we're the people who surmounts the insurmountable. When some of us think we can't do it, some of us say, Hakol nuchal la. That's a language of Kalev when he scouted into the land of Canaan. He said, we shall overcome. That language is ours. We share it. It doesn't have to remain ours, not if we want to mean it. But we have to make sure that we are truly present, so that the work we do is grounded in the world and we don't leave anyone's hearts behind. May the memory of the 17 victims of the Stoneman Douglas School in Parkland, Florida, be for a blessing. May we finally, one day, find a way out of this mess, reclaiming what it is to have schools and shuls and churches and movie theaters and malls and streets and homes and baseball fields safe. Safe. We can hold all of that, friends, and I know I'm asking a lot, but that's what we're asking. That's what we are called to do. Today, Susie, would have been your Valentine dad's 93rd birthday. Happy birthday to your father. A little bit about this Parsha. There's so much in Parshat Yitro. I've tried to figure out how to look at it and to bring out something new each day. The problem with Yitro is not finding something new, it's choosing what not to say, because you can't say it all. And in fact, that gives a good segue into a little bit of the Parsha. Yitro, remember, is Moses' father-in-law. He's introduced that way every single time. Yitro choten Moshe, Kohen Midyan. Yitro, Moses' father-in-law, the priest of Midian. We're not supposed to forget that he is related but not of the people, and we're not supposed to forget that he is a leader of another tribe. There's something really beautiful in knowing that he shows up and he reunites Moses' family and gives us guidance. In fact, guidance that creates the appellate system, the system of justice, of appellate courts, which is today under threat, recognizing that it is impossible for one person to carry it alone, and more than that, it's wrong. It's wrong to have centralized power when a people needs you. Any person serving as leader is supposed to serve as leader, and what Yitro represents here is the offering of wisdom, and what Moshe represents here is the humility to receive it. Listen to this part of it. Moses explains to Yitro everything that has happened in Egypt, how they got to this point. And I'm just going to read. This is chapter 18, start with verse 13, and just read a few verses. The next day, Moses sat as a judge among the people, while the people stood about Moses from morning until evening. You might have an image that comes to mind. The Lubavitcher Rebbe, Menachem Mendel Schneerson, Zichrono Livracha, often would have people visit him all hours with a line wrapped around 770 Eastern Parkway. He would give blessings, he would give counsel, and he would also give $1 so that they could give tzedakah. Really, really fascinating practice. So Moses sat there all day. When Moses' father-in-law, right, every time he's mentioned father-in-law, saw how much he had to do for the people, he, meaning Yitro, said, "What is this thing that you're doing to the people? Ma hadavar hazeh asher ata oseh la'am? What are you doing to them? Madua ata yoshev levadecha? Why are you sitting all alone? V'chol ha'am nitzav alecha min haboker ad arev." And everyone's gathered around you from morning until night. Well, Moses explained, Dad, this is my job. It's because the people come to inquire of God, so they come to me. When they have a dispute, it comes before me, and I decide between one party another, and I explain the will of God. And now listen to how Yitro says this. There's big wisdom here, friends. There's humility, there's courage, there's love, all the things we need from our leaders. Vayomer Choten Moshe, Moses' father-in-law, said to him, Lo tov hadavar hazeh, lo tov hadavar asher ata oseh. It's not good what you're doing. Navol tibol gamata, you will wear yourself out, and these people as well. For the task is too heavy for you, you cannot do it alone. Now listen to me. Ata shma bikoli. I will give you counsel, and God be with you. You represent the people before God. You bring the disputes before God, and enjoin them the laws and the teachings, and make known to them the way they are to go, and the practices they are to follow. Now, look at the way Yitro tells Moses that the people he chooses to lead with him need to be qualified. Listen to this. You shall also seek out from among all the people capable individuals who fear God, trustworthy ones who hate bribery. Set these over them as chiefs of thousands, hundreds, fifties, and tens, and let them judge the people at all times. I share this with you obviously because it's current events, but also because the Parsha predicts that a free people cannot possibly get all of its needs met by one leader. And in fact, no leader should see themselves as the source for everything the people needs. That's not how it works. And you can't just bring in people that you want to bring in. You have to bring in people who are Yirei Elohim, who have the fear of heaven, who are humble. Humble leaders can share the load. And if you want evidence of Moshe's humility, just recognize that he says, okay, I will do this, to his father-in-law. I don't know about you, but within the family, when you receive wisdom and you've achieved a position of some significance, really? Moshe just accepts the wisdom from his father-in-law? His father-in-law says it's not good what you're doing to the people, and Moshe says, Dad, you're right. What a mensch. What a mensch Yitro is for being straightforward with his son, no passive-aggressive, no cronyism. He says, you can't do this alone. It's not fair to you. It's not fair to them. And get people that you can trust, who the people trust. Yes, you are the supreme position. You are the one who interacts with God. But everybody else needs you. And what you bring from God can be adjudicated by others. You just have to make sure that they're good for the people. And listen to the ending of it here. If you do this is verse 23 of chapter 18. If you do this, and God so commands you, you will be able to bear up. And all these people too will go home unwearied. Moses heeded his father-in-law and did just as he said. Moses chose capable individuals out of all of Israel and appointed them as heads over the people. That is where our system of justice is derived, from Yitro's fatherly advice to Moshe Rabbeinu. As Tzion is saying, what is wisdom according to Pirkei Avot? Ezehu chacham halomed mikol adam. Someone who learns from all people, and especially from the people whose advice might be harder to hear because of the tangled relationships. If you can be humble like Moses, what a leader you could be. But if you think you can do it all the way Moses began, boy, have we not learned. So I would wish us wisdom right now. Our world is facing countless serious questions. Countless serious questions, with decisions that need to be made that defy our imaginations. How can it be day 497? How can it be? On the positive side, how can it be broadcast 1241? How can it be 7 years since Parkland? How can it be that only 3 of our brothers are coming home. How can it be? And what we have to learn, and we do, we learn over and over and over again, as students of Torah, as people who care about the world, we learn that the obligation for a student of Torah is to face the world as it is. This is how I begin almost every broadcast. We are called to respond to the world as it is and lift it up 1 inch closer to how it could be. In order to do that, we have to know how the world is. So I want to bless us, friends. I want to bless us that we remain humble and we remain courageous. We act as mensches and we help with decision making. We don't take power upon ourselves, and we call people out when they do. And we make sure that the leaders that are put into positions of influence reflect the best of us, because we need them. We really do. If it doesn't happen like that, lo tov, it's not good. Let the wisdom of Yitro, before revelation, let the wisdom of Yitro before revelation at Sinai penetrate our consciousness. Because what happens directly from God at Sinai is thunderous. It's thunderous. Quiet wisdom is also okay. Let's bless ourselves and each other with the power to make good decisions, the humility to let in wisdom, and with a Shabbat that should give us some rest, even as we feel yet again the complexity of the moment when, please God, Sasha Trufanov, Sagi Dekelchen, and Yair Horn will be in their beloved family's arms. May they be strong. May their healing begin. May nothing get in the way of their release. Let's take a breath. Let's send our hearts to the east. Kol hor balevav penima nefesh Yehudi homia ulefatei mizrach kadima ayin letzion Sophia od lo avda tikvateinu התקווה בת שנות 2000 להיות עם חופשי בארצנו ארץ ציון וירושלים להיות עם חופשי בארצנו ארץ ציון Yerushalayim. Bring them home now. All of them. Am Yisrael Chai. Shabbat Shalom, my friends. See you on Monday.